Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Historical Top 10s, where we look at the top 10 plays from a random week in the regular season of the NFL. For today's video, we're looking at the top 10 plays from week 15 of the 1989 season. Coming in at number 10, we start in Pittsburgh for this big game between the Steelers and the Patriots. Pittsburgh has to win if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. They're up 14-3 at the half, and they're about to get some big time insurance here in the third quarter on some trickeration. It's wide receiver Louis Lips on the reverse, who cuts inside and finds his way into the end zone for the 58-yard touchdown. The two-time Pro Bowler making the Pats defense looking silly there, as the Steelers rack up 219 yards on the ground and win this one 28-10. At number 9, we head to San Francisco for this game between Buffalo and the defending Super Bowl champion San Francisco. First quarter, and Jim Kelly is taking a shot deep down the field to Flip Johnson. Looks like a surefire 49-yard touchdown, but look at this incredible pass breakup by Don Griffin, the former 6th-round pick in his 5th season with the team. Just comes out of nowhere and makes a full diving extension to swat this ball away and prevent what looked like an easy touchdown. Bills have to punt, and they wind up losing this game 21-10. Coming in at number 8, we're going to Cincinnati. AFC Central showdown between the Bengals and the Oilers. And folks, this is one of the best onside kicks you're ever going to see. That's Bengals punter and kickoff specialist Lee Johnson on this one. Finds the gap in no man's land 30 yards down the field, and Ira Hillary is able to get it before it goes out of bounds and before an Oiler recovers the kick. Keep in mind that this kick was made with the Bengals up 45-0, so perhaps this was rubbing a bit of salt in the wound, but either way, a great play here. At number 7, from one city in Ohio to another, let's go to Cleveland. Big game here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns, both teams fighting for a shot at the playoffs. Browns down 10-7 late in the third quarter, facing 2nd and 10, and Bernie Kosar drops back and he finds receiver Reggie Langhorne for the completion, and then he busts through the entire Minnesota defense. Nobody can catch him, and it's a 62-yard touchdown to give the Browns the lead. Great job by Kosar to step up in the pocket and find his open receiver over the middle, and Langhorne does the rest. We will have more from this game later. Coming in at number 6, let's head to Pontiac for this NFC Central matchup between the Lions and the Buccaneers. First quarter, Lions are driving on their first possession of the game, and watch Barry Sanders. Funny part is I'm not even sure that this is one of his top 10 runs of all time. He was that good. Bounces off his own receiver Robert Clark, switches the field, and picks up 34 yards. There's a reason he won Rookie of the Year, folks. The Lions would eventually score a touchdown on this drive, and we will have more from this game later. At number 5, we go to New Orleans for this Monday Night Football matchup between the Saints and the Eagles. First quarter still scoreless, John Fourcade drops back, and check out this catch by Eric Martin in double coverage for the 17-yard touchdown. You might not be all that impressed at first, but watch this reverse angle, snatches it with one hand cleanly, absorbs the contact, and gets New Orleans on the board. One more time, another look at it here, as the Saints would go on and win this one 30-20. Coming in at number 4, let's go back to Cincinnati. This was the play that preceded the onside kick at number 8. Boomer Esiason had quite the day today, maybe the best game of his career. He went 20 for 27 with 326 yards and 4 touchdowns, no picks, and 153.7 passer rating, and this was his biggest play of the day. Drops back and finds his favorite target, Tim McGee. He's wide open down the field, and now check out the yards he gets after the catch. One defender misses, another gets blocked, and then this is an absolutely nasty stiff arm right there. Just throws Tracey Eaton to the ground. It's a 74-yard touchdown pass, as the Bengals would go on and win this one by a final score of 61-7. At number 3, back to Pontiac we go. Final play of the game. Lions have the lead. They're in a prevent defense just trying to hold on. Joe Ferguson dumps it off to his Pro Bowl receiver Mark Carrier. He lays a juke and the Lions are caught sleeping. And look at this. He somehow finds his way into the end zone, single-handedly running by the entire Detroit defense with no time left. Everyone's excited. Everyone's fired up. Here's the replay. And once he laid the juke on Chris Spielman, the eventual 4-time Pro Bowler, he had his sights set on the end zone. Crazy finish. Unfortunately, here was the score before that play. Still, not a bad way to avoid getting shut out. Coming in at number 2, it's an NFC Central rivalry game between Green Bay and Chicago. No score in the first quarter, and that's Keith Woodside getting the handoff. Hasn't scored a touchdown all season, but how about this as a way to find the end zone for the first time on the year? Bounces off his tackle, puts on a spin move, breaks a tackle, and wins the foot race against Donnell Woolford for the 68-yard score. Oddly enough, Woodside led the league in yards per touch from scrimmage that year, and to say that this play significantly inflated his number is an understatement. Green Bay would never trail, and would take this one on the road by a final score of 40-28. And coming in at number 1, we go back to Cleveland. There's 5:36 left in the overtime period. Score tied at 17 apiece. Next score wins. Browns are close enough to try a field goal to win it, so they line up for the kick on 3rd down. Here's Dick Stockton and Dan Fouts on the call.
And it's a fake on 3rd down, and wide open for a touchdown on an eligible Van Waiters, who came in as an eligible man, and the Browns win it
It's a 14-yard touchdown pass by Mike Pagel to Van Waiters in overtime to give the Browns a 23-17 victory, keep their playoff hopes alive, and put them in control of their own fate for the AFC Central crown. One of the best regular season finishes you will ever see. That's all for this edition of Historical Top 10s. If you like this series, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification icon so you don't miss the next episode. Until next time, signing off.